Freeze Frame Video Productions is proud to present the third annual Daytona Harley-Davidson Offshore Grand Prix, coming to you from beautiful Daytona, Florida. Hi, everyone. This is Vince Lipari on behalf of Jeff Girardi and the rest of the Freeze Frame Video Production crew. This is the first national race of the APBA 2003 racing circuit. And, of course, Freeze Frame Video Productions will be at every national APBA race this year, as well as some divisional races. Of course, we left off on a good note in the first divisional race in St. Cloud the other week. Great racing there. We expect great racing here as well in Daytona Beach. Now, we should tell you that Freeze Frame Video Productions is providing at all races this year still photo, video, and onboard camera services. In addition, you might want to get some information on the Freeze Frame Video Club, and you can do that by going onto our website at freezeframevideo.net. Of course, Gary and Nancy Johnson are back this year with their fine camera work, as is Peter Magnani, our onboard camera installer. So we are ready for the 2003 APBA racing campaign. Also, by the way, this tape is brought to you in part by offshoreonly.com. So if you don't know much about offshoreonly.com, go to their website and learn some more about offshoreonly.com. Now, this is a three-race format. The race today includes Factory 1 and the performance classes. In Race 2 tomorrow, they will include the Super V and the Factory 2. And in the finale, in race number 3, it'll be the Super Cat and the Super Cat Light inboard. Now, this race course is off the beautiful beaches of Daytona Beach and will provide a spectacular and close-up view of all the racing action. The course is a little over 5 miles. And fans, of course, can come and visit at the Racing Village at the Riverfront Park on Beach Street, where we are right now, to meet the racing crews and see these big, incredible machines up close. As we said, a great 2003 APBA racing season in store. After Daytona, it will be Marathon, Florida on May 16th. Corpus Christi, Texas on May 30th, Savannah, Georgia on July 3rd, and on August 8th, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Of course, for the North American Championships, September 26th will be in Freeport, Grand Bahama. The National Championships in Tampa Bay on October 17th, and the World Championships, APBA, November 17th in Key West, Florida. Now, the competitors for this race here today, race number 1, include first off the Factory 1 class, and they are H2O Motorsports Propco Propellers, WorldPlayerCasino.com, Screamin' Eagle, Superboat, Activator, Winnebago. Those are your competitors in Factory 1. In the performance classes, in P5, it's High Priority, Carrabba's Team Blythe, Mustang Grill, Joker Powerboats, Simply Awesome. One design class, it's David Bryan Jewelers, Cavallaro Manufacturer Sports, Morse Marine, and Premier Performance. Also in P4, it's the Bat Boat, Cool Running, Anger Management, Sherwin-Williams, Merlin Marine, Full Yellow Jacket, and Sonic Racing. In P2 is Big Oaks Offshore.com, Obsession, Raising Cane, and Advanced Transmission Center. In P1, American Dream and How Sweet It Is. In Outlaw Performance V, Switch Sentient Racing, and Outlaw Performance PX, How Sweet It Is, Bacardi Silver, and Callan Marine. And those are your competitors for race number 1 in this third annual Daytona Harley-Davidson Offshore Grand Prix. Now, some of the sponsors that are making this event possible, first off, the main sponsors are GMC, Vortec Engines, and also Harley-Davidson. Other sponsors include Mercury Racing, Donzi, Formula Racing, Snap-on Talking Tools, Sterling Performance, Sunoco, also BioClean, MegaGuard Marine Protectant, Jewel Yacht Transport, and also Racing Communications, radios for racing. And of course, as we said before, this tape is being brought to you in part by offshoreonly.com. Now, Freeze Frame Video Productions is providing some 14 onboard cameras for you in race number 1. We've got 2 cameras on board Bacardi, 2 on Callan in PX class. Also a camera on Obsession, Superboat, a 32-footer built on Long Island, Offshore Addiction, Advanced Transmissions, Big Oaks Offshore, The Joker, Simply Awesome, Switch, High Energy, and Rindle number 6. As we said, 14 onboard cameras for you in race number 1. We'll have 15 onboards in race number 2, which is tomorrow. Now, the APBA officials, at least some of them, include first off Mr. Michael Allwise, the president, Ted Zoli, Dee Kimes, the chief scorer, Paula Brew, chief inspector, and Jim Poplin, the safety director, and the entire Stars rescue team. Stars always there when you need them. Now, Freeze Frame Video Productions, of course, glad to be a part of this event, and as we said before, we will be at every national APBA race this year. All right, let's mosey around the dry pit area, and very shortly we will be airborne to bring you the 3rd annual Daytona Harley-Davidson Offshore Grand Prix. As you can see now, we are airborne and getting ready for race number 1. There is the Pace Boat. And the Pace Boat is the GMC Pace Boat, also known as offshoreonly.com. All right, something a little bit different this year from the APBA. Normally, of course, the boats are in the milling area, and they pull out of there and line up behind the Pace Boat, and then they get the green flag. But this year, they're going to be starting out on the fly. Namely, they'll be going around for a pace lap, and then each boat is assigned a certain grid. And once they're in that grid area, they'll just basically wait for the green, and then they will start on the fly, as we said. Also, in the next race, which takes place in Marathon, Florida, the boats that come in first in this event here in Daytona will be on the outside, as well as any boats that have not raced at all. They will be placed on the outside of the race course. So something a little bit different from the APBA this year. We'll see how it goes. There's the GMC offshoreonly.com Pace Boat. Again, the boats are in no lineup position as they have been in years past, but simply each one is assigned a certain grid area. And that took place before the race, and all the crew members basically picked in a lottery as to what grid area they would get. Race number 1 almost underway here. We're going to go with Factory 1 and the P classes. There they are. But there's the F1 pace lap. There's High Energy Activator and Superboat from the outside in. High Energy Activator and Superboat on the inside. Once again, there's a Factory 1 pace lap. We're going to go with the P start momentarily. There are the P boats. And we've got a green flag now in race number 1 here in this P start of the 3rd annual Daytona Harley-Davidson Offshore Grand Prix. All right, and from the inside is Wild Card. Next to Wild Card is Offshore Gasm, then Sonic, Anger Management, and Let's Play on the far outside. There is Wild Card on the inside. Wild Card with William Ross and Lazaro Fonteca. Wild Card. Early moments of this race. Wild Card, 26-foot Corsa. There's Let's Play on the far outside. Let's Play, Anger Management, Sonic, Offshore Gasm, and Wild Card in the early group. Or Offshore Gasm with Dave Meters and Scott Popajewski. Offshore Gasm. There's Wild Card going by with Bill Ross and Lazaro Fonteca. This P start here, this 3rd annual Daytona Harley-Davidson Grand Prix. There's Sonic on the far outside. Everyone off to a great start here in the early moments of this P start. Race number 1, one of 3 races here in Daytona. First national race of the APBA. There's Wild Card. On the inside with William Ross and Lazzaro Fonteca. 26-foot Corsa going around the turn. Bill from Little Ferry, New Jersey. He's the driver. Lazzaro's the throttle man. He's from North Bergen. Offshore Gasm there on the outside. Next to Wild Card with Dave Meters and Scott Popajewski. 38-foot Cigarette. Baker inboards. Offshore Gasm. P414. A little close there, but no problem. Around the turn here in Daytona Beach. Lots and lots of competitors for this first national race. There's Bacardi Silver. Bacardi Silver BX1 is a 46-foot skater. Sterling powered, 2,800 horsepower. Dave Scott is the driver. Owner John Tomlinson, the throttle man. Dave Scott set a kilo speed record of 191.469 miles per hour in 2002. Bacardi Silver. Sponsors include Naughty Marine, Advanced Marine, TNT Custom Marine, Sterling Performance Skater, and Herring Performance Propellers. Bacardi Silver. Callum Marine up ahead there around the turn. Callum Marine and Bacardi Silver. Let's go on board. Rear view camera on board Bacardi Silver. Let's listen. Dave Scott, John Tomlinson. Powered by Sterling, 2,800 horsepower. Bacardi Silver. There they are. Dave Scott, John Tomlinson. Dave up the wheel. First national race of the APDA for 2003. Prix Productions, of course, will be at every national race this year. Nice driving there by Dave Scott. Bacardi Silver, PX1.